Rod Stewart, and you're in my heart at the BBC for North Yorkshire. At the heart of the North Yorkshire weekend, it's Steve taking you through until 2 o'clock on the Blink As You Miss It Saturday show. 7-hour show crammed into just 3 hours for you between now and 2 o'clock on BBC Radio York. Now, my next guests have travelled to York from all around the country. Alison Henderson is from Winchester, Mike Sword from Scotland, and Dave Lavin is from Manchester. And they became friends on Facebook after a group basically was set up to bring together fans of the Canadian rock band Rush. And that was set up around 18 months ago. Well, today, the three of them, together with around 15 others, they're meeting face to face for the very first time right here in York. Bit of an experiment, really, to see whether or not a social networking friends group can actually get on, rather than in interweb world, in the real world. So let's find out whether they have so far. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us this morning. How are we?
Lovely, fantastic.
Thank you.
Excellent. So first of all then, let's just ask Alison first of all, how long have you known Dave face to face?
15 minutes.
15
minutes, yeah.
Brilliant.
I just met outside the studio.
Yeah.
Right, and obviously you met online initially, all
Yes,
of you,
all
through
of
the
us.
group.
Yeah.
And the group was set up, as I mentioned, for the Canadian rock band Rush. Tell us a bit about Rush, Dave.
Rush, Canadian rock band trio, been around since 1969?
68.
68, sorry Mike. I first got into them in the 1980s. They launched their Permanent Waves album. So last year I was out of work at the time and sat down at the computer. I think I was on Facebook, saw a little button that said create a group. So I did, and here we are.
So you're responsible for it. It's your fault. I have to say, actually, it's a great idea because there are so many groups. Clearly, I mean, millions probably, you know, on the internet, are groups of people, like-minded individuals, who are all part of a social networking group who actually never get together. And good on you for doing this. Was it your idea to actually come together in York, or?
Alison was the one that set the wheels in motion.
Well, there was a convention at the end of last year in Scotland, which many went to. But by dint of the fact we all live around the country, we decided that Scotland was a little bit too far north. And by common, we're a very democratic group, so we had a common consensus, and we thought York would be the best place for all of us to meet because we're coming from all different parts of the country. So that's how we came to that decision.
Yeah. Now, Mike, obviously, we'll have a chat to you for a second. Now, this must be a bit strange to finally meet everyone after, I presume, spending time talking to each other online and on the phone.
It's fascinating. It really is an open group. Folks are basically decent, really, and that's what we're finding. There's a lot of groups on Facebook, as you were saying, and there's a lot of Rush pages as well. But what I find about this particular group, it's a very open group. If you're listening in, by all means, you're welcome to come and join us this afternoon. But it's not just Rush. It's not Rush. That's the link. But boy, we have some laughs and some fun online. And the people, like the guys, I've just met them in the last 24 hours. What a bunch of laughs we had last night, just meeting together and having a banter.
Be honest, Dave, were you nervous when you first set up the group?
Yeah. When I first set up the group, I had no idea it would come to this point. T-shirts now on the BBC. Alison was the first thing I found out about it was last week at some point. And I saw a posting on the track page on Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, BBC York want to do a piece on us. I sat there and went, oh my God. So it's been driving up from Manchester today has been, as my partner will testify.
Yeah.
Both hands on the steering wheel, very nervous, but no, it's all good. We are a real nice bunch of people.
It's international as well. That's what's also fascinating. There's a whole load, I think half the group must be in North America. And I know a lot of them are listening in online at the moment. So a very, very early good morning to you.
Yeah. So how many of you are actually meeting in York, and why did you choose York? Is it the centre of the universe?
Well, as I said, it's the most central point for all of us because I've got to come up from Winchester, which is a bit of a hike south, and Derek, who's taking photographs at the moment, and
Say hello, Derek.
Hello.
There you
and
go.
Ali, his wife, and Duncan will come all the way down from Inverness, and that's a 6-hour train journey. So really, you know, it was the most central point in the country that we could think of. Of course, we might have another one later on this year, and we might choose somewhere like Manchester or somewhere else. It's very much a movable feast. Wherever the majority of people want to gather, then we'll kind of plan accordingly, really.
Yeah.
So this is the first one.
Sorry, Alison. What's wonderful about being in York is, I mean, it's such a beautiful city. It's a great place to be in. We went out last night as a group on one of the ghost walks, which was highly entertaining. And we were talking to our ghost rider, as they've now called him, in the pub afterwards. And he was talking about all the Toronto connections with York.
Yeah.
Rush are from Toronto, and in Toronto, which used to be called York, there's towns called Pickering and Maltby and Scarborough, although I know they call it Scarberia over there.
Right.
It's a little cold.
Aye. Yeah, fabulous. And Alison, you've been a Rush fan, I would imagine, for a fair while.
Yes, back in the early 70s. No, it was the late 70s. I was driving through Birmingham one day, and I heard "Close to the Heart" being played on the car radio, and I thought, who the heck is that? And that was kind of like the defining moment. And the thing about Rush is they don't appeal to many ladies. They're a little bit, well, how would we say it?
Too heavy, do you think?
Probably a bit too heavy. So the nice thing about going to their gigs is there's never a queue for the ladies' loos, and I always find that the same too. But no, more and more ladies are going along to their concerts these days because they're realising that they're an intelligent and they're a fun band to follow.
Yeah.
And there are quite a few ladies in the track group as well. Alison and Ali, Derek's wife and myself, and many, many more. And again, we are just an integral part of the group and give the boys as good as they give us. So, you know, it's wonderful.
Good.
It's a brotherhood and sisterhood of the first order, really.
Yeah. You actually told my producer during the week, who was setting up the programme, that I think you actually said physically, you're all a bunch of nerds. Is that right? Is that what you said?
Did I? Oh, how
the cat's out the bag now.
The first one's on Alison this afternoon.
And that you'll be wearing specially made group t-shirts, which of course you are.
Well, we're wearing our group t-shirts. It doesn't say nerds on the
No,
front,
it
but I'm
doesn't,
sure that will be a limited edition in due course, you know.
Yeah,
But,
fair enough.
but I was going to say, we have our own merchandise. You see Mike's wearing the cap. And we even had our own Christmas card as well.
Oh, right. So it's a proper merchandised up group, this, isn't it? Commercial group, isn't it?
There are many incentives for joining.
Yeah.
You can find us on Facebook.
Oh, yeah, we'll give that a mention in a few moments. I mentioned there are around 15, 20 of you. How many exactly meeting today?
How many?
Well, I'd say about 13 or 14. We've got about 3 or 4 more
14.
joining us this afternoon. We're all meeting up at the Maltings now. And then we're going to go our separate ways tonight. I think Mike and I are going to see Nazareth tonight, aren't we?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yes.
Where's that?
What's the Duchess?
The Duchess.
Oh, right, okay, excellent.
Yeah, so we're going to go and enjoy some more good live music
Some
tonight.
good live rock music. Go and see a live band. Keep music
keep
live.
music
Yeah,
live.
definitely. I'm a big fan of live music myself. And so who's travelled the furthest, not between you three, but, you know, out of the sort of 15-ish of people, who's travelled the
Inverness.
furthest?
With Derek and Ali.
Yeah, and
From-
Duncan.
Inverness.
Inverness.
Right, okay. And are there any international people who were contemplating coming over but then couldn't?
There were 1 or 2, weren't there?
There's a lot who, well, in fact, they're all with us in spirit.
Yes.
And they've all been leaving messages on the Facebook page to wish us well and just wishing they were here. Derek here, who's taking the photographs, is organising a live feed, so whoever is listening in North America or anywhere in the world can tune in and see what we're up to and still be part of what we're doing.
Yeah, that sounds fabulous. Now the trouble is, you mentioned that there might be another meeting of minds somewhere else, but you really need to take this to the next level, Dave, in particular, because you're responsible for the group itself.
I'm responsible.
So, I mean, what next? Are you going to organise? I think you should get in touch with, you know, organisers and organise a proper concert.
Well, we'd love to have our...
We'd
We'd love to have the Holy Trinity
That would
join
be
us.
nice. But we do have Steve Brown and 1 or 2 other members who play in Rush tribute bands, so we're looking to get them involved and have a good meet-up one day and a whole celebration of Rush music.
Excellent.
And
Well,
we do actually have 2 of Rush's road crew as members on track.
oh, good. So there's some kind of official, unofficial
Yes.
endorsement
Official
there.
connection there.
Yeah, excellent. Well, I wish you the best of luck this evening, and it's a great idea, and I'm pretty sure, just by coming on here, other people might now think, oh, you know what, I'm a member of a Facebook group or on another social networking group, and they might, you know, send a thing out saying, let's come together, a meeting of minds and more.
Please
You
come.
can't beat it.
You can't beat it.
And come and meet us this afternoon
Yeah.
if you're local.
Yes, the
We'll be
Maltings.
around.
The
In the
Maltings.
Maltings.
Yeah.
Maltings.
What time?
From 12:21.
12:21.
You've been warned, everybody. That's what they're doing. Excellent. Well, I've got to play obviously a Rush song. Can't have you on and not play a Rush song. So we've got Spirit of Radio.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Tell us about this song, Dave.
This song got me into Rush when the album first came out. Middle of summer, a car went past, window was down, and as people will hear, the lead guitar riff at the start of this song, I just sort of followed this car with my eyes and went, who the hell is that? And I went on a mission to find out who the band were, and the rest is history.
Excellent.
It's a big part of my life.
Well, we'll play it for you now. Alison
Thank you.
Henderson from
Thank you very
Winchester,
much.
Mike Sword from Scotland, of course, and Dave Lavin over from the dark side of the Pennines.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy the song.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.